One of the biggest complaints that probably dog trainers, I can't speak for all dog trainers, but that I specifically hear all the time is about my dogs jumping when people come in the door, when I come in the door. And the first thing I need to mention to you guys is it's all about preference. Do you want to work on this every day, every time someone comes in? I'm not going to lie to you, it is a lot of work. So you have to kind of weigh the pros and cons. Are you okay with jumping, but not when people come in? You're okay with jumping on you when you come home, et cetera, et cetera. You got to define your limits and your willingness to work on this. In addition to that, you have to realize that our dogs cannot generalize the difference between jumping on you versus jumping on a stranger. To them, it's all the same thing. So you have to keep that in mind as well. The next thing, or how we're actually going to work on this, is with the beautiful boundaries that my dogs are on behind me. You can only see really one of them. There's another one over there. And then you can barely see the bottom one down here that has another dog on it. He just decided he didn't want to be on camera today, which is okay. So the first thing that we really need to do is build value for our boundary. And this can be done. I have a wonderful course that helps through it. It is called Positive Focus. It goes through jumping on guests, jumping on you, counter surfing, food stealing, all of the above. It is $47. You get to keep it for life, and you get to practice these skills over and over and over again. So once your dog has really great boundaries, we can start introducing the idea of people coming into the house. Now, it was a little bit difficult for me to figure out where to position the camera. That's my front door right there, and I'm pretty sure you can only see the end of it, but just off the camera is where I will practice being a guest and walking into my house. I haven't done this in a long time with my dogs, so we're going to see. And Atlas already broke. You're great, but you're not good. Excuse me. So we're going to practice this. We'll see how my dogs do, but you'll also get, no, go to your climb. You'll also get some real life training in here with like troubleshooting and all of that. First thing I did right there was, because Atlas broke twice, I made sure to emphasize, yes, that my other two dogs were doing the correct thing by staying on their boundary. So I rewarded them. Since Atlas broke, I did not reward him. Then Atlas stood up, sat back down, so I rewarded him for maintaining the boundary. At this point, I'm going to go to the door. I'm going to simply open it. Yes. And then I'm going to reward them for maintaining that boundary. We're going to do this in tiny, tiny steps. We're going to go fast for this video, but you can take, maybe this is as far as you go for the first week. That's fine. That's normal. That's a-okay. These dogs have been doing this for a long time. It's been a while since we've practiced, but door open, door close, yes, and treat. If you have one dog, this is much easier. It's hard for me to separate all four dogs, so I decided to do all three of them in this one video. Yes. All right, now that we can open the door and the dogs not move, now I'm going to pretend invite a guest in. So I'm going to walk to the door, open it. Hey, come on in. Yes, and reward. It's not uncommon for my dogs to, especially in the beginning, for the dogs to bark or react as if someone is actually there. Totally normal. Like I said, they've been doing this a long time. So they know. Hey, how's it going? How can I help you? Yes. They tend to know that, one, this is practice, and two, they have more value with maintaining the climb or the boundary than if they were to, bark, get off the boundary, anything like that. All right, so now I made it harder, so now I'm gonna go make it easier. I'm just gonna unlock or lock and unlock the door. Yes. To some dogs, just that sound of the lock clicking back and forth is rather triggering for them. So I wanna make sure that they're okay with just the sound of it unlocking. Excuse me. Good. We're gonna make it harder. Hey, how are you? How can I help you? Yes. I'm also noticing that Mufasa, this dog on the end, is really, really leaning forward on the bed. He's starting to be like, oh my gosh, someone's here, we're doing something. So I positioned, I'm number one, I'm being very careful to make sure I keep an eye on him. Number two, I'm going to start rewarding the back of the boundary. So, like for Atlas, since this would be the front of the boundary, I'm going to reward back here where his butt is. That's going to push him more and more on the boundary than it would if I were to basically pull him off the boundary. Mufasa, climb. Good. Now I'm going to make it really hard. Close the door. Hi, nice to meet you. Yes. It would be easier if you could get like a spouse, a friend, mother, father, sister, brother, whoever to assist you with this so that one person could be inside rewarding the dogs the whole time and then the other person could be practicing walking in the door. This is a huge game. So many steps I went through. The first thing you guys should really focus on is number one, building your boundaries. And number two, either just barely opening the door, or if that's even too hard for your dog, I would practice unlocking the door, yes, and treat, and then lock the door, yes, and treat. This can be broken down into so many steps. So if you guys are struggling with this, I want you to comment down below, message me, schedule a call, all that fun stuff. I'm more than happy to help you guys out. And like I said, that positive focus course goes over every step of boundary training that you could ever want. It is a phenomenal course. I'm so proud of myself for making it. Have a great day, guys. Keep on training. You got this.